How's this for a silly video? I got $200 here that I'm going to give away to the charity of your choosing. All you got to do is comment down below and tell me what you think my 67 Nova weighs. List the charity down below that you want the $200 to go to should you win, and whoever closest guesses the weight of my 67 Nova, next week I'm going to send that $200 to the charity of your choosing. Fun fact, our sales manager at Redline's, a guy named Larry, who was a Make-A-Wish kid and thankfully didn't die of his childhood cancer. So if you don't list a charity down below, I'm going to go ahead and just default to the Make-A-Wish Foundation. So here's the deal. I'm taking the car into Pensacola next week to go get the thing tuned. Since I'm going to have it up at Redline and our neighbors have a set of scales, I'm going to run the car across the scales and see what it weighs. I'm really curious what it weighs because there's a lot of components on the car that are way heavier than the original, as well as some components that are lighter than the original. So I'm really curious what it weighs. We're going to find out next week. I'm going to post up a video and basically say, okay, you know, here's the proof, here it's on the scale, this is what it weighs, this is who won, da-da-da. So let me turn the camera around and I'm just going to show you the various components of the car and kind of, you know, describe everything so that you have a better opportunity to kind of guesstimate what you think it weighs. This should be fun. All right, so the car is going across the scales exactly as you see it here. We've got a set of 6-piston front brakes with a 14-inch Willwood rotor. That is an 18-inch 255 front tire. I am running a Detriot Speed independent front suspension system on this thing. This thing has an absolutely massive suspension and, what do you call that bar? I forgot the name of that bar. Any rollover bar, you know what I'm talking about, sway bar, there we go. We've got an LS3 in this thing, so the engine should be much lighter than the original. It's a full aluminum engine, although we've got this great big Magnusson 2300 series blower that sits atop the car. Got a great big 18-inch by 26-inch aluminum radiator in it. Air conditioning, so you've got extra weight and things like the air compressor and stuff like that. You can see that I have completely made the firewall from scratch. All of the custom sheet metal that you see in the car there is 18 gauge, so relatively thick, but nothing crazy thick. I do have the original front windshield just kind of taped into the car. We've got all of the original glass in the car. Got 20-inch Forgeline rear wheels. Those are 315s inside. Seats from a 2010 Camaro SS. Got a TR6060 manual transmission. And everything inside, you know, aside from all of the sheet metal work, is really pretty relatively original. Body is mostly original. That is a carbon fiber rear deck lid from the folks at Anvil, but I added some weight to it by making a custom rear spoiler for the car. You do have a four-point roll harness, roll cage in the car. That's 1 3/4 inch, 1/8 inch thick tubing that I made the 4-point harness from. If we lift up the trunk and have a look, there's our great big aluminum battery box that I made with my nuclear logo. You can see that I have custom made everything inside this thing. Everything custom. Their wheel tubs. The trunk pan got a aluminum fuel cell in the car. And anyways, got some Fessler LED tail lights. That's a machined aluminum housing. You can see that I have built the package tray in this thing from scratch. If we come over here and have a look, we do have door poppers and electric windows in the car. Willwood pedals. You can see I've been doing a bunch of wiring in the car. A whole bunch of wiring that's been going on in there. There's a better look at your seats from the 2010 Camaro. Let's go ahead and raise the car on up and I'll show you underneath it. All right, let's have a look underneath it. Again, all custom sheet metal work. Now we've got some extra weight here that we didn't have in the original 67 Nova. 315 rear tires. That is a Heights independent rear suspension system. Inboard brakes. That's actually an aluminum 9-inch center housing right there. Okay. Now, it's worth mentioning that I have custom built the frame to this car out of 2-inch by 3-inch, 1/8-inch thick rectangular tubing. So like when you see this tubing right here, that's 2 inches this way, 3 inches this way. The entire car is built, as you can see there, with a 2-inch by 3-inch rectangular tube chassis. That is a stainless steel exhaust system that I've built for the car. 3-inch that ends up getting converted into like an oval exhaust. We do have electric exhaust cutouts. Got a cooler there for the engine oil, cooler over there for the transmission oil. Stainless steel headers. There's the bottom end of our Detroit Speed front end. Great big brakes with aluminum spindles on the front of the car. That's pretty much everything from the bottom end of the Nova. You can see that this Detroit Speed front end is pretty big, beefy stuff there. And it is worth mentioning that I have built, you can see right there, your core support completely out of 1/8-inch thick aluminum. So that's underneath the car. All right, folks, what do you think the car weighs? Today is February the 14th, 2024. Today is Wednesday. A week from today, I'm supposed to be taking the car to the tuner to get it tuned. I'm hoping to make 650, 700 rear-wheel horsepower, something like that. And I'm going to go ahead and run it across the scales, and then I'll just make a quick little video showing you what it weighed and telling you, you know, who won and who I'm sending a little bit of money to. So, this ought to be fun. I appreciate you guys participating. Y'all have a great evening. Take care.